fucking liar then and saying that you and her were in a relationship and you were abusive and now she needs help. And it's all over the Brockville news and everything. Just got out of an abusive relationship. Just got out of an abusive relationship. The only place I ever seen her was at your place. So I don't know what the fuck it is other than you abusing her.
I just got the energy for that.
For what? Which part?
For any of that shit.
Well, I've also seen that post.
Yeah, it's a true, Oscar. If you don't know about it, that's what she's doing. But
I heard about it. I don't really know anything beyond, like, I don't know.
Beaver posted it.
I'd be pissed off, man. If somebody left,
Beaver posted it.
And abused them when he hadn't to get fucking money and clout. Like, no.
Well, I have to assume it wasn't about me because we weren't in a relationship.
But everyone knows that you were where, that's where she was living, Oscar.
That's where she was living. That's where she came from. That's what she's told the systems, obviously.
Yeah, well.
You're just a chump. You're just a chump then, Oscar.
You're a chump. That's what I'm going to call you from now on, Oscar.
Well, if he's not going to stand up, like, why wouldn't you fucking stand up against that? You welcome her into your fucking home and then she makes you look like a goof all over Brockville, where you're from? And by the way, do you know my brother?
I'm not from Brockville.
Okay.
That's not where he lives.
I'm in Muskoka.
Something with a bill, he said to me. Anyways, doesn't matter. I've already asked you that question. The point is you are being labeled as an abusive partner for nothing. For you, not that. You weren't that. But they are using that storyline to get freebies. Do you care?
Nope.
Or do you... What?
No, I really don't care. It's not something I'm worried about, not something I'm going to put energy towards. It gets no focus from me.
Just keep being besties with her and Dosis and doing whatever they fucking want you to do then.
I don't do what they want. They don't want me to do anything.
Like,
I've never been asked to do anything.
You're such a liar.
Never.
Not true.
Is there an exception?
Yep, there is. Not going to mention it right now, but there is.
Well, for the most part, like, whatever.
Now for their entertainment. You get up here, you slur out a couple little lines here and there, and it's all for fucking their entertainment. They're probably like laughing right now, saying, "Oh, look, Oscar's gonna smoozy up to Sammy again." Like, yeah.
Getting labeled as an abuser is brutal.
TikTok,
Jay, I agree. When I saw that post, it was annoying,
exhausting.
Yeah.
But I get why Oscar doesn't want to put any bandwidth into that, because it's just so not true. It's not even funny how untrue it is. Like, so what's the point?
Oscar shouldn't support fucking losers and liars who are trying to fucking hurt other people.
I agree with you on that.
Define support.
He knows that.
Define what?
Holy fuck. Like, the sun is shining, the sky is blue today. I think I'm going to go outside. Maybe
That's
hike,
somebody who
maybe hike to a waterfall.
No, Oscar, that's just somebody who wants to live in La La Land because you've been able to. The rest of the world has not been born with a silver fucking spoon in our mouth and able to live in La La Land like you.
Who's the silver spoon? What?
You.
Oh, fuck. Where do you get that?
Oh, shut up. Don't be trying to lie.
Right, Shay? That's what I thought, too. That is exactly what I thought, too. She used the shit on New Year's Eve as a way to fucking position herself so she could say what she could say. I know. That's exactly what I thought, too.
Well, I was...
Exactly what I thought. Especially if you know anything about what was happening before the live started.
I'm going with the pulled pork excuse.
Ew.
We're not talking about pulled pork day. We're talking about New Year's Eve.
Well, New Year's Eve, I was asleep.
When Beaver tried to eat me in your box, but I got down because your little queen kept trying to get Red to bring her up.
Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to just sit here on mute forever.
You don't need to sit there on mute forever. I was just like giving the scene of like the live we're talking about. We're not talking about the pulled pork live.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the live where Red got on the live and made it look like you were letting someone sexually assault her in your house. That live.
Yeah.
When I got alerted to that, which was going on in a different room.
I am not saying that's what you. I'm just saying that is what she was trying to position it to be. That's what I'm trying to say. That is the picture that was being painted for the algorithm. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that is what you were doing or anything like that. I'm not making an accusation, just so you know. Like I'm just saying that is.
I was asleep that night, and what I woke up to was very much that. Your roommate had supposedly like abused her so badly, which he did. He talked fucking horrible, what I did hear. And then all I hear is you come in, hey, Scotty, can you knock it off? That's it.
Being a weirdo.
But everybody else, according to Red, like she was being abused and assaulted by him.
Well, I guess the only thing I would say out loud is that night was many hours long and only a short little portion of it made it on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it.
So you're not denying that a rape took place in your home?
A what? The fuck? How did we get to that? What? Holy fuck.
I don't think anyone said that's what happened. It was more about the fact that there was some SA-style activities, as in harassment, right? Like sexual harassment, type of sexual assault, in the sense that it seemed like she was trying to get him to stop talking to her and stop doing things. And then, yeah, it was Beaver who brought up rape, and not in relation to that, in relation to something else.
And again, like...
Oh, I know. We're not even going there with that.
Whatever.
Even I don't give that any air. So
like I said, the sky is blue, the sun is shining, the snow on the trees is really pretty, and there's a blue jay on the bird feeder.
He's mad at you. If he's there because of me, Blue Jay, he's mad at you for sure.
He's mad at you. You're gonna shit. He's gonna shit on you when you go outside, Oscar.
I guess like I just don't have any more energy for all of this TikTok fucking nonsense anymore. I just can't do it. I'm done. People can all go argue with each other. I'm out.
Good luck being out. You still get brought up all the time. Like I said yesterday, you were brought up a whole bunch in comments. In more than one live. So that's the problem around here.
Yeah,
you can try to remove yourself from the discourse, but it doesn't work.
See, Oscar, I've only gave you, and I know it doesn't matter to you what I give you or not, but I've only gave you the respect I have because of our mutual, because I believed you. If we did not have that mutual, my views of you might be very, very different.
Who's our mutual?
Daryl.
Oh.
The only reason I gave you any other chances is because you told me you were his friend, or you told me that you knew him, or that he was your friend, or whatever you told me that for. You told me, I didn't ask you.
I think Daryl and his fiance are coming out to use the hot tub later tonight.
The point is, Oscar, that's the
Shut up about your fucking hot tub, bitch.
That's the only reason why I give you credit. That's the only connection in this universe that gives you any credit to me. Otherwise, you'd be creditless.
It's always good to know where you stand with people and why.
Creditless. No more credits.
No more credit. Credit is predatory anyway.
Again, like...
Pretty good, Krim. Earlier, I was tearing apart Manitoba's homelessness response.
Like, when does it stop?
Is it now?
When does everybody stop ripping each other to fucking shreds?
Probably when the world stops being on fire.
Right. So there's no hope for humanity, is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying that, I don't know, maybe people need to be more discerning with the company they keep, which is the same thing I've been saying for a long fucking time.
Yeah, fair. But
So,
I equate everybody on a one-on-one basis, and like,
well, that's part of your problem.
I can't control the whole fucking thing.
No. And no one, listen, no one expects any one person to control anything, right? Like, that's not what it is. The problem as I see it, with basing your opinion, and I'm talking in TikTok world, okay? This what I'm talking about is for TikTok world alone. Okay, like this frame of thought, because it's like a different way of interacting on here. You have access to different information about people. You have access to different information about how people talk about you when you're not around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think in the TikTok world, as I see it, the problem with that stance is that when you see a repeated a pattern of behavior where you see one person consistently attacking and harming a long line of people, and just because you're not in that line of people right now, you think that that person deserves your respect or care or concern or friendship or whatever the fuck you want to call it because you're not in the line yet, that's a fucking problem. Because you're not paying attention to the patterns that this person is displaying to you. And you're not asking the questions you should be asking. Why does that person have such a long line of victims? Why am I not in the line? What happens when I get there? That is the problem as I see it with your philosophy of how you operate this algorithm. You have access to a lot of information about people and how they move and what they say about others that you otherwise wouldn't have in real life, right? In real life, this works differently because we can't stumble across lives in real life where people are talking for hours on end about how they're going to hurt people, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't stumble across that kind of information about people you interact with in real life the same way you do on TikTok.
Yeah.
And once you have witnessed that on a repeated behavioral pattern basis, you are being willfully ignorant to the harm that the people you surround yourself with cause. And that is a huge character flaw, if you ask me. But that's just my humble opinion.
It's crazy.
I just think it's like,
and I think that goes for everybody.
I just think predominantly the whole thing is fucking silly.
But just so you know, that's not that's not a you thing, Oscar. Like that's a
like, yeah, but like overall.
Okay. Just so you know.
Like I sit back and I watch all this shit going on. And I'm like, what in the fuck? Like, we're all adults. Everybody comes here.
That's arguable.
Everybody comes here, and like all of their psychological garbage traits fall out on TikTok. It's fucking wild. And I want nothing to do with it.
Well, but that's not entirely true, Oscar, because you're still here. And you're still engaging with people that cause a lot of harm. You refuse to take a side. And you're still here. And you refuse to base your opinion on others, on how they behave around you, right? You say you will only base your opinion on how they treat you. And that is a flawed philosophy. Very flawed. And if you can't see that, then, I mean, it's on you to learn. I guess that's one of your lessons you're here to learn. But, like, that's what gets you in trouble. That's what bites you in the ass.
That's really, I'm just thinking and stuff, like, it's really weird that he says that, because the only reason I'm giving him any credibility is because of somebody I know he's associated with that I do respect.
Mm-hmm.
See, Oscar?
And I mean, like,
how that works?
Like Ross said, Doses is going to a new algorithm to try to get them to attack me. It's not silly. That's real harm. The things that have been happening to us on this algorithm are not silly, Oscar. It's real. You are intimately aware of just how much my real life has been impacted.
Yeah. I think it's ludicrous that it escalates to that level.
You think it's ludicrous? How about ludicrous? That's the only word you have, ludicrous? You can't just say it's fucked up and wrong?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's wrong. And it should have never happened to me. But you have a very hard time saying that publicly. And that is where the problem comes. Because if you actually did respect the people that you're trying to maintain this line for, you would call them the fuck out. And you would stand publicly with the victims you would say publicly what's happening is just not fucking okay and you don't agree with it. You would do that. But you don't. You say things like it's silly.
Well, I wasn't saying that specific thing was silly. I think the whole TikTok war is fucking crazy.
Yes, it is crazy, but you can't just reduce it down to that anymore when you know the real harm that's happened to people. People have died, Oscar. People have been almost killed, Oscar. People are institutionalized forever. Families are destroyed, Oscar. The people that you refuse to publicly denounce have a hand in that. All of it.
Yeah.
And that is a character flaw on your part. Right? And the fact that, you've sat here with me for months talking to me every day, and you still can't just say, that should have never happened to you, Sammy. It's not fucking okay. So, because if you say that, then that means you're publicly going against people you don't want to publicly go against. Because people you sit with think it is okay. Because they're doing it to me. Well, so do you see where the problem is?
I think part of being an alien initially was to come in and observe humanity in action.
That's fine, but you're not. It was
an observational stance.
You're not. Okay, you know what? Your observational stance ended when you started to talk to me every day for 4 months.
All right, well.
And you can't dispute that. You can't. Maybe you can take the observational stance prior to when you and I started talking every day. We've been talking every day for like 4 months, dude.
Well, maybe I go with lead by example and let them emulate us. Because, I really think that confronting those people would be infinitely futile.
It's not about...
Or anyone.
Infinitely futile. It's not about whether it's...
ineffective.
First and foremost, I have never once said you should confront anybody. What I am pointing out is that even in these conversations, you refuse to denounce it. That is not confronting anyone. You will not say what is being done to me is wrong. You just won't. That's not a sentence you'll say. And that is a character flaw on your part. Because you should be able to say that. Because you know exactly just how much of my life has been impacted. And I don't fucking deserve it. I never did. But you've sat with me for 4 months talking to me every day. And you can't say that publicly.
So it's not enough that I don't engage and don't attack anyone.
No, it's not. No, it's not enough anymore, Oscar. No, it's not. Not when you get weaponized against me all the time. No, it's not. It's really fucking not. I sent you the screenshots of how people were weaponizing you against me yesterday. You let Doses weaponize you against me in the infamous Sammy Doses live. No, it's not enough. It was enough when she wasn't actively attacking me. That's when it didn't matter, Oscar. And you know that. You know that. You know exactly what our conversations were like before.
Mm-hmm.
Her active attacks on me are the reasons why our fucking conversations changed so much. And you let her weaponize you against me. You set it up. You fed yourself to her so she could use it.
I think
they're continuing to do it
every night.
They're continuing to do it.
Sammy, I think him and Doses have some kind of intimate relationship, to be honest with you.
What?
He doesn't like blondes. Unless they have key lime pie.
What is key lime pie?
Oscar's favorite pie.
I don't even think it's my favorite.
It's just a joke, Samantha.
Oscar thinks he's...
I think we should discriminate against aliens.
What was that song that guy did? It's that guy's name? Seb or whatever? That's the song about discriminating against aliens. Zeb Lowe, that's his name. Patricia follows his
Background's
music.
really cool, Sammy.
Isn't it though? I know. That was a nice little switch. Nice little switcheroonie. If I could, I think this would be fun when I'm dancing. Like I said, see,
that
Oscar,
song.
even in this whole thing, you still can't say it.
Say what?
You still can't say that what's being done to me is wrong, and it shouldn't happen. You still can't say it.
Well, it's obviously wrong and shouldn't happen.
Is it obviously wrong and shouldn't happen?
Yeah, like the whole fucking algorithm and all the fighting and all the bullshit is all wrong and shouldn't happen.
Sammy's talking.
No. Fuck you.
What?
No. You don't get to both sides this. That was a both sides avoiding actually saying what side is wrong right now. Because one side is wrong right now, Oscar.
I think the whole
One
algorithm
side
a
is
fucking
very
disaster.
wrong right now. No, don't do that. See? There you go. You're just, I mean, do it all you want, whatever. Like, but that right there, not the fucking same. None of their lives have been impacted like mine. Not the fucking same. So, that is inherently the problem, Oscar. You both sides this all the time. And that is a character flaw. Because, given what we've seen happen around here, you should be able to recognize it's not a both sides thing. You should be able to recognize one side is perpetuating this. One side thrives and thirsts for pain and harm. It's not the side I'm on.
Oscar, did you ever see anybody get bullied in school?
Yeah, I was bullied badly in school.
You were bullied? So were there ever kids that stood up against the bullies for you?
Nope. Just me.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry that happened, but there are people who stand up for the bullies.
I got the living shit kicked out of me every day.
Well, that's horrible.
And then I would get back to my feet and tell them to fuck right off. And they'd come beat me up again.
So then why do you keep telling me to stay the fuck down?
I am sorry that happened, but there are people like that stand up against the bullies. You know what I mean? Like when people are being bullied, there are people in the world, I guess not many.
Yeah, I did that as a senior.
You're not a fucking senior.
No, I mean like a senior.
No, he means in high school. He means like high school.
Yeah, like once I got older and switched schools.
Right? Because you knew what it was like to be bullied.
Oscar also went to a private school. Where he got bullied was a private school. There's a whole different fucking dynamic going on there too.
I got the shit kicked out of me.
Okay, but
They made baseball bats. They made baseball bats out of
Administration at
coat
private schools
hangers.
is different, right?
They made baseball
different.
bats out of coat hangers. They'd fold the coat hanger in half and wrap it with duct tape. So it was like a bat that had a whip effect. And they'd come into our rooms and start beating the fuck out of us with those bats. In the middle of the night, we'd wake up to it. Frequently.
what kind of fucking school is that?
I had bruises.
An all boys private school.
I had bruises. Like my arms were black and blue for 2 straight years.
Why did your parents send you there?
They didn't just
It's a very
send me
good
there.
school.
It's the best. It's one of the
boarding
best
school.
schools in the country.
It is. You have to. It's a really hard school. It's like a prince has gone there. Prince Andrew went to that school.
What? And they beat people in the middle of the night?
Yeah, it's a private school. It's an all boys private school. That kind of shit happens at all of them. Like they're boarding schools, right?
It was shut down. I sort of facilitated shutting it down. I left the school, and about half the grade 10s left in the 2 months after I did, and then they had to change it up, and they accepted girls into the school, which dissipated some of the testosterone. But yeah, we were.
But any
bullied
all
beyond
one
belief.
gender private school has a lot of problems.
when I went to do the tour of the school before I actually went there, like you go and they pair you up with a student and walks you around the school. I was walking around the school. I was grade 8, and the kid that was touring me was grade 10, and he got beat up on the tour.
Like diplomats' kids and stuff go to this school, Samantha.
Yeah.
Like it's like the most powerful kids in the world go to this school because their parents are some of the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah, it's one of the top 3.
And this school believes in physical violence.
No, I would say they were
Remember, he's 51, right?
unaware.
So we're talking like the 80s.
Yeah, 88,
Right?
89.
So when we think about the context of when he's talking about, it was happening more rampantly a lot of places, not just private
They're going
schools.
to give me the strap. I do know what a strap looks like, and I got up and walked out of the office.
Yeah, these weren't teachers. These were senior students.
Yeah. And because this is a private school and these kids are all kids of people in power, there's like a whole different fucking dynamic, right? When it comes to even how the kids interact and then how the administration interacts with the students.
Yeah, they
Like
are.
it's a whole different, like it.
Those kids
the
are
administration
untouchable.
isn't who's in power; it's the kids. And these kids used to come to my store with fucking black cards at Halloween time,
Yeah.
and just like yeah, like like diplomats' children, fucking like just yeah. So part of why I believe everything he says about it, because I'm like, yeah, that tracks, because these are all kids that no one can say no to. And no one can control, and their parents don't have any involvement with them really because they spend their whole lives living at the boarding school. Which is part of why they go there, because their parents can go do their work.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole fucking...
We're talking about kids who were driving Ferraris on their 16th birthday.
What? Wait a second. Hearing Dosa discuss her issues with his friendship with Sammy was weird. It's like we don't want to hear it anymore. What? What am I missing here?
Misfit Toys is back? Is that about me? Anyway, yes, Samantha, I was bullied. Viciously bullied. Beaten to a pulp on the daily.
That happened. I was thinking more of public.
Oh, you're tired of hearing people talk about Oscar like he's special? Is that what we're talking about? I'm just trying to figure out what these comments are about.
I don't know.
Yeah, are we talking about Oscar? Oh, were you talking about that the live when Oscar was in there talking to Lisa? Oh, I already yelled at him for that.
I didn't really say much.
No, you said more than you should have, and we had a fucking discussion.
Well, see,
about
like,
it.
that's my thing. I'm just going to sit on mute for the rest of my TikTok.
Oh, yesterday?
Catch you later. What happened
Was he in
yesterday?
a live yesterday?
I don't know how you even sit with Absorbed One and PG and Lisa.
Neither do I, but I don't know how he sits with many people. I've given up trying to figure that out.
PG in my fucking DMs telling me that he wasn't going to quit harassing me, so I shut my white mouth.
Who? PG?
Well, I know he likes
He
attention.
doesn't like when I bring it up.
But what about yesterday, Island of Misfit Toys?
The fuck happened yesterday?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Were you in a live yesterday with Lisa? Was that what you're talking about?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Oh, well.
Do not recall that. No.
You have standards. I'm so confused. What are you talking about?
Well, they
Can you
got
tell me what you're talking about.
followers. It's Dosis probably or David. They got 34
Well,
followers.
there is that other. Well, I don't know if it's that. There's that Misfit. I think they might have. I don't know if they've changed their names. There's that fucking Misfit toy company.
Toys is a new name.
Oh. I have.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if it was Misfit Toy Company or not. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to like just sort out who it is. I'm just curious what they. I'm just curious what they have to say. I'm like, unless you have screen recordings, I'm not going to just fucking listen. I can tell you that much.
Well, this idea, Land of Misfit Toys and stuff, is new in the algorithm. It's just been made in the last couple of days because we've been
Okay.
say that we're going to the island, like we should all be on the island of Misfit Toys. So that's what
I've been saying that for a while, but yeah.
I know, but it was in conversation. Like Oscar was in conversation yesterday, like he isn't every day.
Yeah.
I don't think I was yesterday.
You were in my live.
I didn't.
I was live for 4 hours and they kept trying to throw you into it.
Who did?
The chat. And I'm not going to, like, tell
What the fuck are they bringing? Why are they bringing me into it? What the fuck?
I told you. That's where some of those screenshots I sent you were from.
Oh.
Doses and Turtle talking in the fucking chat.
Oh.
Yeah. That part, Oscar. Oscar, there's no sun shining down here.
No, we
There
got
is
blue
a good
sky
amount of
here.
sun here.
Not here. I thought he's fucking lying. The sun is not up.
I'll be right back. You guys can stare at the fun background for a second.
The sun is shining and we got blue sky. It's nice. It's cold though. It's minus 22.
Oh, it's overcast here. What do you want to do with your life, Oscar?
Still trying to figure that out.
Well, because all I've heard you say is you want a little cabin in the woods.
I think I'd like to do that.
I think you need more than what you're doing. Like you're pretty much living in a little cabin in the woods as it is.
Oh, I live in a 3-story house.
Well, I know, but whatever. You called it a cabin or whatever. 15 minutes out of town, right? You're already doing that.
I would like to get my overhead down. Like I'm not working anymore since the stroke, so my savings are slowly dwindling.
So
to float
basically
the
what
boat.
you're saying is you're content with your lifestyle. You want to kind of keep it the way that it is. This is how you plan to live your life out?
Well, I don't have many options on the table. Like I'm not able to do a lot of things. So
Why? You can travel.
no, I can't.
Why?
It's hard to explain it. The more things my brain has to calculate, like while in motion and stuff, the more rapidly I get excruciatingly exhausted. So, like, I can't drive to Toronto.
You'd fall asleep?
I'd get there and just collapse.
Okay.
And so, if you think of the brain as a battery, if you run it to zero, then systems start shutting down and it starts like preserving the systems that just keep you alive.
Right.
It doesn't leave me. I get to the point where I can't even speak.
Oh, Patricia's really upset with you. Did you want to come up, Patricia? I can jump down. I got to go try and find these fucking accounts anyways.
Jaded. Why am I jaded? Am I
You know
jaded?
why you're jaded.
Am I
Yes, you're
jaded?
Yes, you're jaded.
Why is that?
I'm definitely fucking jaded. There's no doubt about it. Can't even change it no matter what I want.
Interview with the vampire. I don't want to talk to Oscar.
Okay, Patricia.
Aw.
I told you she was fucking mad at you, and you know why.
I don't know why. I didn't know. Sorry about that.
Not much I can do there.
Nope.
Anyway, to answer your question, Samantha, I'm keen to sell my house, get my overhead down, and that's about it. That's the plan. I would like to buy a bigger and faster boat.
Is what's wrong with you? Like more, like will you continue to deteriorate then?
It seems to be
Send a request, Amy, so you can play it for us. We can't find it.
seems to be a rapid decline.
Okay. I kind of get that. I'm not diagnosed with anything, but like my
Well, what happens is like the more exhausted you are, the less you move. The less you move, the faster you decline.
right, and you guys know I've been sleeping 12 hours, which is probably not greatest for muscle movement and stuff, but I kind of get it. Like, the brain exhausting the physical being. That's not something you really realize until you get older. Or you're in a situation like that. But yeah, how that brain can fucking fuck with your physical being.
Well, and spikes in stress and emotion, like they take a whopping toll.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
And 48 hours after the event, which is even weirder and harder to predict, right? Makes it so I can't commit to anything. So I'm totally non-committal now.
He has a perfect excuse for
I'm
his
gonna
commitment
use that
issues.
when I fucking in court on Tuesday. I'm about to use that line.
He's got the perfect excuse for his commitment issues. You can't even challenge him on it.
I'm back.
I mean, you could, but you're going to sound like an asshole.
I've got to go back to court on Tuesday, but when I did see the doctor, I did get that piece of legislation signed. So I'm hoping it wraps up pretty fast.
Oh my god.
But otherwise, I got to be testifying again on Tuesday, and she always wants me to be concise about my symptoms, and it's hard for me to do. That's why I said I'm going to steal Oscar's description.
No, good. That's what you want.